So, hi everyone. I think I've turned the sound off in here, so I can't hear when the lady tells me that it's time to start. But anyway, my name's Claire, if you're new around here. And the hair's a bit, I washed it last night, but it's a bit frizzy. I did put serum stuff in it earlier, but anyway, it's fine. It's always better the next day. So these wee flyaway bits. So I did go outside for like 5 minutes to go meet my cousin who was visiting, and then it's a shame I ended up missing him. And yeah, I got caught in the rain in my defense. But anyway, so go for it. This fell on the floor. So when I was guided to use this deck, which that's one of my really old ones that I've had, God, since I was a teenager. I always think this one's funny because it looks like that is actually Doreen on the horse. But Doreen's who made the cards. Right. So go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. So if somebody was asking there about anything, you know what I mean? If it feels like that's your answer, then there you go. Do we need clarity? Cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. I feel like that's just picking up on what I'd shared in the previous videos about when you have a good cry, wherever it's needed, it really does help. Yeah, beginning a new cycle. You know, you have to release whatever's weighing you down in order for the new beginnings to come forward. So, or it can be about anything. Right. I'm just going to shuffle these again. So if you're new to me, I'm a shaman, which really covers lots of all the other stuff that I do. But for the people that don't know what a shaman is, basically I walk between the worlds. Oh God, now I've went a really complicated example, but yeah, I've got an ability to channel the energy. Well, see, again, it works differently for different people, but with me, I've got an ability to channel the energies of pretty much anything, really. And I tap in the Akashic records with whatever I do. So I tap in all that ever has been, all that ever is, and all that ever will be. And remember, these things can, well, some of these things can always change. I believe some other things are set in stone. So it's all, yeah, that's why it's all about the present moment and the actions that you take in the present moment. And not, you know, because some people can be like, oh, if it's meant to be, it'll be. But, you know, I would have been one of these people at some point, but I do believe, you know, that you can use that as a bit of a passive excuse. Like, that's why cards are coming up, like, go for it and that. If you don't ever take the action and you just think that things are going to happen to you and come to you, you know, you're sitting watching everything go by you, basically. So it's got to be a balance, you know. Same with if you're going after everything really aggressively in a toxic masculine way and not slowing down, you're not creating the container to receive that abundance, to receive that. But actually, oh, here's a good example. So didn't I say that I bet you at some point throughout my holiday, I'm going to attract like a bigger amount of money out of somewhere? And I did say, like, I don't know where, but I said in one of the videos, like, I bet you it's like money that's owed to me from different places, because money is, you know, like, say, because I help people out with paying things up, I bet you a few people all pay on the one day. Now, practically, it's probably because it will have been a lot of people's paydays and stuff with it being the end of the month. But I mean, it was like I'd said to somebody, it isn't actually the end of the month yet, is it? So I wasn't, you know, I mean, actually, some of it I wasn't knowing when to expect money from people, and other times because people had said, I was like, oh, around then. But I was right. Like, a few people, you know, paid me money on the same day, which was actually really great, because it was getting a bit worried, because again, when you take time off and you work for yourself, it's like shit. And because I don't feel like I'm going to be running this course. But again, so there you go. It's like the money didn't come from doing the course. The money came from money that was owed to me. So that's a good example of, you know, you can take time off. And yeah, it's kind of like, all right, you know, is it going to be all right? But things have worked out. So, I mean, because 2 weeks just flies by, doesn't it? So maybe you need to hear that for yourself if you're needing to do that. Because I do feel great. I feel great from having a bit of time off to myself. Right, I'm going to shuffle these again, so just to see if the same card comes out, really. God, I'm in a really weird kind of way of talking about what I do, but the most important thing is that the healing, and when I burp, by the way, or a hiccup, it's when that's how they transmute energy through me. I can feel so much healing going to my back, the heart chakra. So that's, if you're open to the healing, that's healing coming into you. Like I say, most people that tune into me know me very well. This is just if somebody's new. Or if you're watching it further down the line, because they're timeless as well. So I'm recording this with the intention it being for the new moon in Virgo, which is on the 27th August 2022, if you're watching this elsewhere. And also, although I'm saying it's the 27th, the energy is going to last Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I would really say. So right now we class this as in the dark moon. And like I said it before, a dark moon being in Leo is a weird one, because the dark moon's about going inwards, and really the new moon is as well. I know people go on like new beginnings, new starts, and oh yeah, that card said new beginnings too for the new moon. But the period of time right before the new moon is definitely about shadow work and going within, and retreating. You might just naturally feel like you want to do that, even if you don't know that that's what a balsamic or a dark moon is good for. But because it's in the sign of Leo, Leo is typically not about that. It's about fun, playful, it's following your heart, passion, and they keep telling me that. Follow your heart, it will always know where to lead you. That's Leo energy. It's not kind of known for being practical and doing the things that need to be done. That is the Virgo energy. So that you usually do feel the switch of that. It's why I can see that about myself. It's why I'm a really weird mix of fuck it, let's go, and I've got a very sensible side. Sometimes almost too sensible, and there's only really people that know me really well know that. I would say, but I mean, some of you may have noticed it as well. But it's Virgo's a do-gooder. Do you know what I mean? It's a healer. It's health and well-being. It's being of service to others. So this is a massive part of me, because my soul, my sun, my Aries star sign sits in the house of Virgo. So it's like I've got all that raw and real passion of Aries, inner child energy and fun, but it sits in a very sensible house. So, but like I say, I feel I've outgrown the bits that didn't serve me. So it was all about I've just had a fucking realization as I'm channeling this. Sorry guys, I'm just reading my own energy here. But it's true, it's like that. I feel like I've evolved past the part of me that was making about everybody else. Everybody else's happiness. Always paying attention to what everybody else feels, even if it's people I don't even fucking know, because don't want to rock the apple cart there, even if it means I'm deeply unhappy. But now it's kind of like, for many years now, I've been in a state of unconditional love for myself, because that's what the twin flame journey is about. That I put myself first now. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I'm like stepping on toes and being horrible to people. Although, like I've said before, there's probably other people saying different, but that's when you just got to realise it's like, listen, you try to please everybody all the time, you're going to always end up unhappy. Somebody's not going to be happy with you stepping up and putting your boundaries in place, but you still need to do it. That's basically the message there. But yeah, so again, I'm talking about myself, because if you're new to me, I do that quite a lot. Again, that is what is a unique thing about me, is that whether it's my mediumship or any other part of my work, I'll use quite a lot of examples from my own life, from what I've learned about, or from clients, either, if they've allowed me to share, I'll say their name. If not, I'll just say anonymously, or I'll say generally. Yeah, that's just what was wanting to come in there. Anything else before we shuffle these? So yeah, it's about organization, decluttering, detoxing, just getting things in order, getting things in order. But like I say, because the moon is still in Leo right now, this could have a bit more of a playful, fiery, passionate vibe still, like the one I done for the Leo moon. But I'm intending this to be for the Virgo moon, so we'll just see. Yeah. Anything else you want to share from this deck? So yeah, the light code activations are coming through with everything I do, and the healing. And I'm also a counsellor and a life coach. So if anybody's needing a counsellor with a difference out there, somebody that's relatable, but also all the other magical shit that I do, and keep it real, then I would be humbled if you feel I'm the right fit for you. I'd imagine that wouldn't be brand new people to me, but how do I know? And also, like, seriously, if people have been a bit on the fence about doing therapy with me, as we move towards, I mean, like, I'm like, it's so funny. I'm never mind autumn, I'm going into winter already, but like, seriously, like, throughout the remainder of the year, I'm pretty focused on, I'd quite like to, yeah, to focus on like pre-recorded stuff, like pre-recorded readings, and whatever course I've got on. And then I'd imagine I'm going to keep the Activate, Awaken and Amplify Your Clair Zooms till probably Sagittarius season, you know, like leading up to Christmas. But again, I might decide to do it before, but I'm just sort of saying, because I'm feeling into, because time goes so fast, because I don't know that I will do loads of Halloween live stuff like I've done previously. Oh, did they just draw me a Halloween date when I said that, or was it something? I think they maybe did over there. I might even like film that in advance. Ah, that's a good idea. So I'm getting all the ideas. Like, I think I might film the Halloween stuff well in advance, because now I don't remember did I get ill last year? When I do tend to get like, and it's like, I don't just get a cold. When I get a cold, I get a full-blown flu. But still to this day, not being the whatever else seems to be extremely contagious. And especially for those that haven't heard the magical thing that makes everybody unwell, actually. But yeah, when I get ill, I get the regular old cold, and it's but it's like not the cold; it's like the flu. So, but like I say, it's even when I think I wasn't well for about 3 days or something. And again, it's always around the kind of November sort of thing. It's around the Scorpio new moon, it always seems to be. Yeah, so again, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Right, so, but yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. The way that I'm focused is the live work that I'm going to be doing is in whatever course I'm doing, usually only for 4 weeks, where I do the lives and the Zooms. And the only live Zooms I'm going to be doing are if somebody's already bought a package of 4 sessions with me over, you know, like, so it'll be once a week for a month. Or some people have a gap in between, but usually it's better to have them back to back. Yeah. Or if you've been like, Claire, I'm desperate, can you squeeze me in? You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be my primary focus. So because I love doing, so if you've never had a pre-recorded reading with me, and again, sorry, but I only do that for people if you've had a live Zoom with me before. Like, basically, if you know, so really I'd say it's for people that have sessions with me fairly regularly, or at least if you've had it with me at all, that's who I like doing the session for. I don't open that up to people that are brand new. I'm actually kind of considering just making that a thing, that if you're a part of the platform, because that's where my energy is going to be going. And I'm focusing a lot on my children's healing work and stuff as well. So like I say, with everything that I want to fit in, it's 1717, the star card, hope and healing, that came up in the last video, the tower and then the star. So I'm sending lots of love to anyone that is having those tower moments. I've had a few people talk to me in private saying that, you know, it did very much seem like these different tower moments are happening for people. But like I say, that means the new beginnings are coming after the big change. So yeah, basically it's just what I've been saying all along, is that if you do, you know, if for any reason you are wanting a live Zoom session with me, or you're wanting to do like deeper work like the package, or definitely if you want to do therapy, because the thing is, the therapy is 3 months. So yeah, I would say sooner rather than later. Because I just feel next year's going to be really, really different for me. And I don't know why, but I just really feel it. So. So don't say I didn't tell you, because that's happened to me before, that people I admire. But usually I'm really pretty good at, again, the future, you know, seeing the future and all that. I'll get in with people and I might have only found them once, and I'll manifest the money to basically to work with someone, because I can. And usually, right, I've actually had sessions with people where I tell them to put their prices up because they're not charging enough. That actually happens with enough everyone I work with. Or it's like, if people aren't making money and they're taking, a lot of the time I've come across where people have been given, I would say, like, bad advice or unrealistic advice. And it's like, if your self-worth isn't quite matching what people have told you to price something, this has happened to me before. Like, people have told that to me for years, that it's like, oh, I've got the potential to be a multi-millionaire or a millionaire and stuff. And it's like, it's not that I don't believe it. It's just, I don't feel a need for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like I say, I'm not driven by money in that way. And it's just not a driver at all. Like, I don't want to push it away either, but it's not a driver. And basically, I feel a lot of the time, especially when certain people were saying that to me years ago, I just was nowhere. You know what I mean? It was about consistency. Because then I've also had, different sort of things said to me before, but it's like, you've got to get in a role of things coming in consistently, and then work on things like that. Do you know what I mean? And for me, like, say, I don't make a secret about it, because of the where the money placements are in my chart, it is kind of woo. It's a roller coaster. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, blah 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 blah. Right. Anyway, so I feel someday, but do we need the fucking money? That was a lot about money. Do we need the money cards? Here are the money cards. I don't know where they are. I'll do this first. What do we need to know? Maybe this will answer it about the money card. Oh, for fuck's sake. Honestly. That's like, it's not like fuck's sake in a bad way. It's just kind of amazing, isn't it? That it really always comes down to relationships with everything that I channel, because this is what I'm here to help people with. Your relationship to yourself and your twin flame relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. And that is, I can feel all the healing coming in at the heart as I'm saying that. That really is lovely, because it's true. It's what I've been saying the last, well, forever. I'd really say the last 8 years, but specifically when I'm sharing the twin flame stuff over the time, it's like, when you can just be really content and at peace with yourself, whatever relationship you're meant to attract into your life, you will eventually attract that. You know what I mean? And just enjoy the time yourself while you've got it, as it's at 38 minutes and I'm 38. Like, literally, it's at 30 minutes. Giving and receiving. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations, and this is like money, because it's like I always say, what I've found is, when money comes back to me in quite a big way, it's because I'm still giving to other things that I'm led to give to, when I haven't necessarily got a lot to give. And it's because I understand that cycle of giving and receiving, as well as, like, I know I go on about it all the time, but it's true, as well as paying my debts. So when I've got debts, which, I mean, I'd love it if I just attract a shitload of money all at once and I can, but like, say, whenever I get bigger clients, it goes straight to debt. And but I'm always really grateful, because, like, say, when I'd paid off a bigger debt, not that long ago, the weight that is lifted is just, you know what I mean? There's not really any words for it, is it? So I'm looking forward to the day where it's not really like that. When you only exhale, give, or only receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with exhalation. This is interesting, because this has come up with people before I went on holiday, and then I just done a client reading the other day there as well, and it always is this, the balance of the feminine and the masculine, because that's what I do with people. 36 minutes, that person's 36. Assertiveness, yeah, and this has been coming up with people too. I literally just said that to a friend, actually, about assertiveness. It's been coming up, like, there's this theme of needing to speak up, needing to kind of put people in their place a little bit if they're Well, yeah, if you just need to be assertive wherever that fits. This situation can be healed gently and with love as you've requested, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with other people involved. We will stand right behind you. Oh, this feels really powerful when I'm saying it. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. Just know that when I said that, I went really serious, and I really do feel I'm being drawn up to that Lily card again. I really do feel again that is somebody's loved one in spirit, and like I say, I just keep feeling it's a grandmother energy. It feels like that love is coming in from the spirit world. Now that isn't. You don't need to have a granny called Lily. You don't even need to. I was going to say a granny at all, but you don't. You know, what I mean, it's just that my eyes did get pulled to that. Although that card does say spiritual love in it, and this felt like it was about a relationship. So see how that again, it's two meanings. It's like it's like love is coming in from the spirit world to help people with difficult relationships, whether that is romantic or telling people to back off. It's like a mixture. But wait a minute, I'm going to get the mediumship cards. I thought that was going to come in right. So a really weird things happened where I don't know if it was on the TV or if my dad just put it on for her, but my dad said that like him and my niece are watching Cinderella, right? And I said, oh, the one like with the people, that's like one of my favourites. And I particularly love it because I just love that, you know, at the end, and it's so funny because I went to see it with like probably my most practical friend, that her thing totally isn't everything that I do. But we've been friends for years and it's all just kind of just works. But I just remember it was kind of magical. Like at the end, it's like, you know, have courage, be kind, and above all, always, always believe in magic. Something like that. I don't usually remember it that well, but it's because I just said something to my dad being funny. And I was just like, oh, I love all the blues in that film. And I was like, oh, hang on a minute, that's weird, right? And then I'd sent him a picture of me. And Josie's, she's just amazing. She was like, that's beautiful. Like about the picture of me, do you know what I mean? And I was like, she's talking about the meme of Cinderella, she's talking about me. But I just thought it was kind of funny that like that film's got a lot of vibrant blue in it, and then I've put on a blue top today. So there's something about the colour blue, and again, the blue to me, they're drawing me to the throat chakra flag in here. Well, it's a chakra flag, but I mean homed in on the throat chakra. And this happened in a client recently too. And then the fact that whenever they get me to wear certain colours, that's why I said the other day that you know, it always comes through and people read for me for like the past like 10, 15 years, however long, that I'm a colour healer. And I know what they mean because I do. I use colours to speak to me in a big way, and I do use colour everything I do. And so the fact that whenever I wear a particular colour, it always feels meaningful to either the people that I'm healing that day or the group of people. So I really do feel with me wearing blue, there's something about that assertiveness and needing to speak our truth. And look, the rest of them are in the book, and it was stand your ground was like, I must have been tidying up, and that one, see, there's just a reason for everything. It's just fucking magical, isn't it? And it's going to be more magical when I film in the office because it's just like they're leaving me the cards that, you know, so it makes more sense. I just love it. I can love it. Anyway, stand your ground. Standing your ground is an empowering, confidence building action to take from time to time. Now is the moment when you need to stand your ground. You know you can do it, and you know that by doing so, you will be the victor. So that's a strong message. Now let's get the rest of that deck. But now these are my cards where I connect with the spirit world. So I mean, really I do that for any of the cards, but I can feel it is I can feel it quite strongly. This is coming from the loved ones in spirit. What else? So again, you'll know it'll, like I say, it'll hit and look, see, when my nose gets itchy, people that know me know this, but if you're new, when my nose gets really itchy, that is particularly for me, the loved ones in spirit. So it'll hit you in the heart if this is meant to speak to you. Serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. So this is a different deck saying the same thing. This is a time to honour, nurture and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So yeah, I really do feel this is about karmic influences, whoever that is in your life. pulling you away from the happiness that can be yours. And so for some people, I'm aware that will be difficult situations where you're well aware you need to get away and you want to get away, and things are sort of working themselves out. So look, hope. Your loved ones in spirit know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point, whether you're caught up in a difficult situation, and that's interesting, I just described it as a difficult situation, didn't I think, or struggling with someone specific in your life, there's always hope. So I feel somebody with the different way that I was going to do that spread, I usually do, with a different way of sort of fired into this. It feels like somebody needed to hear all of this, so I hope you found it on, perhaps. So this is a couple of things. Wow. Perhaps this is coming in from a father in the spirit world, a grandfather, or it is about a father, because look at the, you know, it's the dad looking down at a wee girl in particular. A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquantifiable. It is that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason, whether your father's still here or has passed, or like I say, you could be this father. A father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. So that'll mean different things to different people. Take a moment. Stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. But really, I feel that's just about the fact that we're in a lot of retrograde energy, and it's about slowing down, reviewing, resting, taking your time. And like I always say, this is my energy. I know that sometimes I'm fast in coach mode, but I've got 6 retrograde in my chart, so that's why I'm so patient with children. That's why I work with children as well, or adults' inner child, because they can give you, you know, a challenging time as well. But I've got a lot of patience, so that's right. Anyway, so let's get in the subconscious mind of your divine feminine energy. You're allowing, you're receiving, you're receptive, especially because that giving and receiving card came up. And your divine masculine is you're taking aligned action. And like I say, it can be seen more simply as the divine feminine is the heart and the divine masculine is the head. And it's how you balance your head and your heart, to simplify it a little bit there. But they work in conjunction. And so do twin flames when things are on a roll, you know, even when you're not physically with them, that is how it works too. You know, this is weird. You know, you either get it or you don't. But right, what are we going to use for this? Because it's kind of like, I don't know how realistic it is, but I'd kind of like to just spend another 30 minutes on all of this. But it might be an hour. But if it's 30 minutes, I need to run if I don't get it done in 30 minutes, I need to turn the oven off. What was I going to say there? It's so funny because it's like there's just been healing constantly since I've started. There's so much healing going into people to open people's hearts. I can just feel them doing it at the back there. The subconscious, right? I think I was going to use the crystal deck, right? So the subconscious of your divine feminine energy, or a divine feminine in a connection, whether this is you or the other person, regardless of gender. Let's see what crystal, and then I'm going to clarify it with another crystal deck. And the reason I think I've been drawn to the crystals is not because I'm crystal clairvisions, because I don't use crystal decks every time. It's because Virgo is an earth sign, and so yeah, connect that with the crystals. So, divine feminine, 1 card for the subconscious. Emerald. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, it's 22, Master Builder number. So Emerald is about everlasting love. That's what I know about that. And it is a heart chakra card. And I was just talking about the heart chakra, what's in the bottom. Raw Morganite. 46 might be significant. Let's see what Emerald says in the book. So everlasting love. That is just called that, isn't it? It's just like someone started singing it to me. Oh god, I'm just laughing, right? Not the last time, but that actually happened in this office when I had a guy here fixing something. That doesn't sound right, does it? But I had somebody here, like a handyman helping something, like, just helping with something in the house. And well, I ended up reading. I ended up reading for him, like, not like kind of like efficient, but it was like because I was showing him, and I was showing him the office, and yeah, I ended up like hearing a song that was specific to him about what we were talking about. And I freaked him out. He's not been back, so I just even fucking fixed the thing I needed fixed. It's fine. It was the heater, and we've been in a heat wave, so. But I'll maybe like, right, that does need fixed now. Do you know what I mean? I need that part. So funny. But that's what just reminded me of it. That he just mentioned something to me, and then I started hearing a song. And out of all the songs I could have said, what I mean? It was a known artist, a well-known artist, but there was so many songs I could have said. And this, the person in the spirit world sang the song to me. And my God, he was fucking getting his shoes on the way. He was actually very, very open to it, but it was quite funny. Anyway, right. 80. I love having a wee chat. See, when people come to fix stuff at my house or anyway, I'm just a fucking blather. And I always attract people that are really kind of the same. You know what I mean? Like it's always obvious that somebody might come and help me with something. Oh, this is very Virgo, helping and healing. It's like they might have come to help me with something in my house, but it's like actually the conversation we end up having, because it happens when I can think of another guy that comes to fix things here. It's like it's the same thing. And he's really quite practical. Again, it's just total banter, but I've had quite a few moments where I've done the same with him. Where it's like, I've definitely mentioned someone in the spirit world, and it's just, yeah. Magical, guys. Right, so oh my God, giving and receiving love. And we just pulled that other card about that. Opening your heart to friendship or love. Embracing unity. Love like light is experienced in many different ways, some obvious and some so subtle that we can only sense it if we quiet our minds and pay very close attention. The message of Emerald Spirit is to open to love in all of its array of colours and to become a channel for its healing powers. That's what I do. You're always capable of tuning into the radio love. So today, find the frequency so that you might experience and channel love. My stomach's rumbling, by the way, because I'm about to have my dinner, but I don't think it picks it up. But just in case I'm like totally like, I'm hungry. I'm going to have fajitas. And I've not had that for like years. I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally having fajitas. Right. Aspire to love your neighbour as you love yourself, recognising that love must begin within you as you connect to the conscious universe, so the source of all love. Channeling love nourishes you as you can experience how its healing power dissolves the darkness. You are a love beacon today. Can you feel it? Sorry, I'm noticing my face is very shiny. I put sun cream on, which was a bit optimistic because I think it's pissing rain, but this ring light's meant to fucking flatter you. I don't think it's doing that to any of these things. Let's see if this is a bit better. Maybe that was affecting that. Is that better or worse? Look at me being a bit. This is crazy. See, this is what I mean when I say I channel the energies. Virgo's a perfectionist, and I'm really being quite critical of. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. I'll just sit down, ego. Right. It's because look, my Aries sun is in the house of Virgo, and we're still in a Leo moon, so I'm really bothered about how I look right now. Astrology is real, guys. Normally wouldn't give a fuck. Right, so I mean, the other day I was fucking showing you my belly. I was like, oh shit, why did I do that? I'm telling you, I'm sorry, right? I'm actually really proud that I'm like nearly 40. I'm 38, but let's face it, it's not that far away. And I've had the flattest belly ever for as long as I know, right? There's only been like a tiny couple amounts of time in my life when, and even at that, I didn't have a belly. It just all went to my thighs and my ass. But I think it must just be age that it's like, oh my God, because like, yeah, I do keep getting like a wee bit and I'm like, I don't like this. Like, you know what I mean? And it is just, again, it's like, it's what you're used to, isn't it? Like I put on weight and it would always just go to my boobs and it would go to my bum and my legs and stuff. But it's like, I don't like that, because that's like my thing, you know what I mean? It's like, I love my boobs and I liked my stomach. And it's like, no, we're not doing that, right? We're not doing that. It's kind of like, see, when I lose weight as well, when I lose weight on my boobs, it's like, I don't feel like me. Like, I'd rather be carrying a bit extra weight and still keep the girls, do you know what I mean? Michelle like that. Michelle, I just feel like, Michelle, did you even notice, right? There was like one of the lives I'd done, and I think you'd referred to the girls or something. It was so funny because I read it out when I watched the this was like a few weeks ago. When I read out your comment, I totally didn't pick up what you meant, and it's because I always say that I call my boobs the girls. I don't, oh, this is getting in TMI, but I don't call them that, like, you know, in other circumstances. I just do it on here something. I thought it just came out once and I just say it. Anyway, moving on. Relationship message. Love is meant to flow through you from within and without, cleansing your energy field so that you can feel your soul's worth and know that you're always loved. So this is the point, right? See, because I was being so pernickety about how I look. Again, it is to do with the Leo moon. It's Venus and Leo too, you know, it's at the higher degrees of Venus is beauty, and it's like, you know, love, and it's money and it's other things, but it's beauty, and Leo wants to look good. So that's why in a Leo moon, and I would say a Libra moon in particular, we're going to be a wee bit more focused on how we look and wanting us to look our best, or wanting something to look beautiful. And then with Mercury, oh no, that's moved actually. I was going to say Mercury in Virgo, but it's actually in Libra. Oh no, there you go. Libra, Mercury planet communication is in Libra. So that is about looking good as well. And it's like, so you could really be, could be a bit fussy energy actually, is what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, just overly fussed about how you look. So just make sure you don't get a bit too bothered about that, because like you say, that isn't normal, and I was really fussing there. But it's channeling the energy. Love may not be coming to you right now in the form of you prefer, but don't overlook its presence. Express love towards yourself and others. Remember, loving your neighbour means starting at home with self-love. And I'm absolutely not going to get this done in 19 minutes, so I'll have to go and turn the oven off. Now is the time to set aside the obstacles that block you from receiving, experiencing, and expressing love. And simply be the love you want to see in the world and in your life. And that's one of my favourite sayings, well, it's like it. I always say, be the change you want to see in the world. And I think that's why they got me to say that, about have courage and be kind and always believe in magic. What's the other thing though? You know, my favourite bit in that particular Cinderella film is when she says, perhaps the scariest thing any of us will ever do is to be seen for who we truly are. Love it. Depending on what comes through in this reading, I might use that as a title, but it's true. You know, it is scary to just be seen for who you are, warts and all your flaws, your perfect, you're imperfect, you know, you can't just perfectly imperfect, you know what I mean? That is Virgo energy. But again, this is particularly my bag, this is my niche, because that is what I'm all about. I just show up exactly how I am, whether I'm sitting in my jammies, whether I'm feeling my best or not feeling my best, whether I've got makeup on or not, whether I feel like being seen or not, you know, it's I just show up how I am, and I know that that helps people feel like they can be who they are. But again, that is what the type of counselling is that I do as well. So it just fits all very well with the person that I am. You know what I mean? It's what I'm here to help people with. Loving your neighbour means starting at home with self-love, but that can even go with the twin flames. You know, you want to love your twin flame, you do love your twin flame, and it's overtakes you at the start of the journey and even further on. But you've always got to bring it back to yourself, because with twin flames, for divine feminine in particular, if you focus on them all the time, they will focus on them, basically, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, they will not think about you, right? Oh, this is going to be really hard to explain, actually. Yeah, so what I mean is, if you're like in that chasing energy of always just like thinking about them and not and kind of neglecting your own self because you're like just always thinking about them, then they will selfishly focus on them, basically. And you'll know what I mean if you're on this journey, like whichever one you are, like, again, because it's, and then the thing is, if people don't see it like that, it's, they probably won't be finding this video, or it'll be triggering them. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you. it just depends on what energy you land in. But I would say most people that will be watching this, you'll have the awareness, you know, if you've done that in your twin flame journey, you'll be like, I can see where I've done that. And if they've done it, you're going to be like, I'll see where I've done it. Like say, I can even see where I've been in that energy before, but it's certain things are what I said there. But yeah, it's about, but then when divine feminine focuses on herself or himself or whatever you identify as, and you just channel all that love that you've got for your twin into your healing work and into yourself first and into your healing work that you're led to do, or, you know, just whatever it is, just having fun and not making it all about having to be with this person. But you can see how this fits with love in general, not even just twin flames. It's not healthy. Like, it's like, you know, we all know like people that if they weren't with their boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, like they wouldn't actually know who they are. That is like really, that's not a good thing. That is really not good. If you don't know who you are about that person, that's not good. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, it is good to acknowledge that there are lots of twin flames right now that will actually be in a really weird place of, I can't lose this person. Like, I have to be with them. But that's because, like I keep saying, many twin flames that are going to be tuning into me will be in the energy of when one person, when it happened to them at first. So then that's a bit of a different, oh my God, why this is so complicated to explain this. It's about it comes down to compassion. But yeah, the point is when divine feminine energies, or the energies that realized first what this connection was about, whether, you know, but yeah, and I suppose you would have to know what a twin flame is to get it, really. You would. When you focus on yourself and loving yourself and always having love for your twin flame, but you make it about you and making you happy and accept that they've chose a different path for now and you let it go. That is then when their attention, when it's meant to, will start turning back on you because you're focusing on you. You know what I mean? That is the balance. Yeah, I explained that a bit confusingly, but whatever. Can't you fucking be perfect every day, guys? You know what I mean? That's the Virgo energy there. Now is not saying I'm perfect for everything. I'll fucking explain it different every time and I'm just owning it. Do you know what I mean? Now is the time to set aside the obstacles that block you from receiving. You know what I mean? But this is definitely actually, that bit is talking about how the masculine energy, regardless of whether you're man or woman, can push away the love of their divine feminine or a divine feminine. And that's what I said in the last video. I've even experienced with people that I work with that they'll tell themselves stories that something bad's going to happen with me and them. Do you know what I mean? And it's not, and then it's self-sabotaging. But I can spot it. You know what I mean? So, trust that when you open to love, loving partnerships are possible to help you heal the old wounds. Love and prosperity may seem to be two very different things to you, but Emerald Spirit's message that the conscious universe both are your natural birthright and one can support the other. In all your business and financial dealings today, ask yourself, what would love do? And let your loving heart guide you to be self-loving and loving towards others. Love means, and that's really important for this new moon, by the way, because Mars and Gemini, well, it's Mars is, you know, go, go, go. It's what rules Aries, and it's like action and it's fire. And in Gemini, it could be very quick to talk, which, you know, can be good if you know, it could be good for the assertiveness if you kind of keep it in check. But you could just like really speak your mind and almost hurt people, I suppose, if you don't. Yeah, and then Virgo shadow side can be critical too. So just watch with that, not to be expecting people to be perfect or expecting yourself to be perfect. Have a little bit of grace and compassion there. But do speak your mind where you need to. You know what I mean? We'll fuck up it from something. I think it's more important to speak your mind than keep it in, actually. You know, that's the people, the audience, most of the audience that I speak to need to hear that. So if you've kept your mouth shut for too long, it's time to let it out, is what I would say. Love means respecting what people offer with good intentions. It means giving to others without fear that you won't get the return on investment in the exact amount or the form you hope for. I'm sorry, but if you keep up with most of my videos, you will see me say that all the time, that it's why I help people from the goodness of my heart, even knowing that you know, it's why I help people for free, basically. Let's face it, the stuff I'm handing out, it's a lot of good stuff here, a lot of it's for free. And it's because I know I'll get back from God, Spirit, and universe in a different way. Like I'm just saying, like money that came to me yesterday wasn't through doing my course. That would be the logical thing, you know, you think it was from elsewhere. So it always works out, you know. But some people, that would be like really nerve-wracking to live like that. Love and prosperity flow among all of us, and today you're called to align with that flow. But it's like, you know, you do good to others and good will come back at you. It really is that simple. Emerald is a heart healer, and that was funny. I had an exchange where we were saying that in an email. Emerald is a heart healing stone that carries the energy of universal love. Meditation with this stone opens the heart and soothes it, allowing release of blockages brought about by painful emotions. It teaches love and compassion and asks that we carry these qualities out in the world to be shared with others. So that was the divine feminine subconscious. So just, I'm kind of taken to that. Just remember, better to be kind than right. Oh, there's a lot about the word kind here, isn't it? It's better to be kind than right. That might even be the title. That's a very good thing for a Virgo new moon. Because Virgo energy needs to be right. It wants to be right. It wants to be perfect. And that's not realistic. So look at where the Virgo is in your chart and you'll see what I mean about where that affects you. Right. So that can go for masculines, your feelings side as well, and where you need to slow down and you're receptive. And I say that does fit with when I've been talking to people, because although I've been on holiday, you know, a lot of people that I interact with anyway are people I work with too. So. And then even people, if I'm not doing work with them, a lot of people in my personal life scarily mirror the themes. That's what being a medium's like, guys. I'm just always observing and like, oh, there's a definite theme to today. And actually there was a bit of a theme about money and people need to be assertive with that. How interesting. God, yeah, because somebody was telling me something else about someone in their life and it was like the same theme as what I'd just been talking about with someone else. So, right. Okay. Very masculine. Oh, the subconscious. Teeny wee. Malachite. Oh, whoa. Malachite. Wow. So malachite's a very powerful, and notice they're both green crystals, but malachite is a very heart healing crystal. Powerful as well. Brings about a lot of change. Mukite jasper. Oh. Oh my god. Every time. Has this not been like every video for like the past few weeks? Or it's definitely been the past 3 videos. 36. I'm just like, oh, it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Fucking get it. Fucking get it right. Either you're 36, you fucking twin flames 36. I'm not 36, right? I'm 38. Oh shit. Right, anyway, so you'd only get that joke if you see how much the attention gets drawn to 36 or I pull cards with 36 on it. Oh, it's just kind of funny, isn't it? But it drives you nuts. Drives you fucking nuts. Right. So anyway, it wasn't that. See, now I've got that. We must need to know this actually. So that card, 36, is risk, adventure, new experiences, exploring unknown territory, claiming personal power. Oh, well, actually, sorry. We need 36, right? So we're going to read it. Because and also again, it's like, you know, you don't know, you know, you don't know that this is in you. I'm taking that to mean, but it is. So you can dig deep and find that to make the change. The seemingly, by the way, can I just say, see with the whole 36 thing, I just didn't even have the fucking energy to say, but that video that I done for Leo Moon, I literally swapped to do the masculine energy at 36 minutes. Like, go and look for yourself if you're interested. I was just like, you can't fucking make this shit up. Masculines, you're having a bit of issues with your throat there. And again, That I do know, because I spoke to a client today that isn't having issues actually because she's speaking her voice. Very proud of you, you know you are. All of you that are doing that, but I did just start coughing when I started channeling this energy. The seemingly safe road, and I spoke about the blue, but synchronicity is too much. The seemingly safe road is not the one to take right now, for your soul is on a path of healing and wants you to experience fulfillment and joy. This makes sense to everything that's come through so far. Mookite Jasper is here to tell you that life is meant to be lived, so be adventurous now. This is also a Leo moon. Do not hold back to protect yourself from getting hurt, for this crystal has appeared to encourage you to take the leap, take the risk, and draw confidence from knowing you have the conscious universe as an ally. This is so Leo moon, so I was right when I said I was still going to be channeling the last of that. Let go of your worries and your old beliefs about the dragons that await you if you dare step out to the unknown. And this is why I'm always channeling that into the unknown song, because it's like, that is what holds back everybody that's drawn to me. So everybody I work with, or everybody that tunes in these videos, most of you, right? Not all of you, but most of you are in a lot of that masculine energy predominantly. Therefore, you're going to have more dragons, more demons, more voices in your head telling you all this terrible stuff that's going to happen when you move forward in a new venture anywhere in life, whether it's love, business, wherever, standing up to people that you need to stand up to. And this is what you need to know. It's almost, you know what it reminds you as well, it's like, you know, the sabotaging parts of your astrology as well. That's what it's like, the parts that whisper you can't do it when actually you can. And again, if you want me to point that out to you where that is in your personal chart, then you can book that session, the Psychic Astrology Empowerment. Or if you've already had the astrology chart, you know, the psychic astrology with me, but it's been a few years or whatever, you might want to get a refresher. It's not really a refresher because, again, it's only an hour, but if you've got certain questions going on with your life and you want me to look at your chart, I can look at your chart and, you know, tell you, like, for instance, if you do want to know where you're self-sabotaging in your chart, I'll be able to tell you within that hour, and then we can mix up with pulling a few cards or that. So just so you know, and that would just be any of the sessions that are 144, just pick that and we can do that and just let my assistant know. Or I think I called it astrotherapy. Let go of your worries and your old beliefs about the dragons that await you. I just read that bit. Risk taking is required now, and you're fully supported in saying no to playing it safe. There was a playing it safe card that came up in one of the recent, I think it might have even been the video I done yesterday or the other day, but it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. The last one you would have seen, or one of them. Mookite Jasper Spirit. See, and I'm being really pernickety because it's Virgo energy, and I've got, do you mean it's really kind of so literal? God, I'm annoying myself. Sorry, I'm annoying myself though. It's like I'm being so fucking like Mookite Jasper. So this is, so see when I'm doing that, notice where you're doing that. You're being too pernickety with yourself or other people. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be annoying yourself. You don't want to be annoying other people. We're going to annoy other people. You can just annoy people. You can annoy people just by shining your light full stop. So that kind of annoying people are going to have to fucking deal with. But Mookite Jasper Spirit's message is that the adventure before you is one of discovery. Oh, discovery was on the card with the man looking at the gem in today's video of the Divine Detox, if you look at that. And wondrous gifts await you. New ideas, new partners, new experiences, and new possibilities for achieving what you desire. Be bold and venture forth. Relationship message. This should be interesting. All relationships evolve. By healing old patterns that may have blocked you from experiencing relationships as deeply nourishing and joy-giving, you are also evolving. Do not look at the old maps of where you've been or talk about how things will always be the way they were in the past. The future is full of possibilities. Be here now in the present moment, drawing in the power of Mookite Jasper Spirit to amplify your adventurous spirit. You're transforming in this moment, becoming the person you need to be to have the relationship you desire. You're called to banish fear as you sail forth into unfamiliar seas. You can trust yourself now, for you've learned so much. That is really beautiful with what I always say about the Divine Masculine's journey, whether you're a man, woman, whatever you identify as. And even if you're predominantly the Divine Feminine, you've got Divine Masculine side as well. We've all learned to battle the demons or the dragons or the voices in our head that tell us it isn't the right time, that we need to wait till next week, we need to wait till next year, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need more healing because Virgo's healing. And sometimes you have just got to say, fuck it, let's go, and go with the excitement and see what happens. follow your heart, because you can miss opportunities. You can miss opportunities in love, you can miss opportunities in business, you can miss opportunities in fucking anything when you don't speak up. So adventure beckons, and the alarm's going to go off in a minute too. Adventure beckons, so unfurl your sails and let yourself venture forth. Mookaite Jasper spirit assures you that the risks you're tempted to take right now are calculated ones. Yeah, of course they are, because the masculine energy, it's not just been a kind of, oh fuck it, let's go, and it was never thought about. It's usually been thought about for a very, very long time, whether it's in business, love, or anything else. Like masculine energies overthink more than anything. For you are willing to have the conscious universe as your co-pilot, mindfully enter into the unfamiliar territory of healthy, balanced relationship with money and abundance, or into playing the odds when you've been taught to always play it safe. You're being asked to let go of the fear that's held you back too long, and instead to work with a conscious universe whose plan is to give you a firm foundation of abundance. This is really quite mad that I use this deck, because I don't think I've even, like, seriously, I think I will have used this in like a year or longer. Mookaite Jasper assists us in deepening our understanding of healing old wounds by allowing us to review our experiences from a new perspective. This allows a revision, the retrogrades, and old stories, and helps us recognise that everyone is doing the best they can with what they know at the time, which is what I always say. This is an excellent stone to bring light and healing to the darkness, wow, of childhood wounds, which is what I really do feel many of you out there have been healing. All of us have been healing that in some kind of way. And childhood wounds, it always sounds really heavy, doesn't it? But that can literally just be, I'm just going to clarify it with two of these. It can be things like when I always give that example of when the teacher, she didn't tell me to shut up, but you know, she told me to be quiet. And it meant that I was very quiet for a very long time in my life about a lot of things. And then when I unpacked the limiting beliefs behind that, I realised that day where the teachers told me to be quiet affected me more than what I realised, you know what I mean? And you, trust me, you need to have a session with me or a group session, because the group session, see, when I've done that in a group with people, it's kind of mind-blowing. As long as you're all right with like the group and sharing, it can be really, really powerful. But it's powerful in a one-to-one too. But it's crazy when you unpack what the limiting belief is. And I've helped a lot of people retrieve their voice back from just working out what that is. Right. But it's helped a lot of people through me, God, but you know, given a lot of my time to do it. Right. So clarify the divine feminine's card, which I can't even fucking remember it. Emerald. Acceptance, rhodochrosite. And this rhodochrosite is about healing the heart, guys, right? And acceptance. Just like I have to accept the fact that I say guys, and it annoys me when I say that, but and it's like always that you mention it, but it does kind of annoy me, like guys. But rhodochrosite is about healing heartbreak, and specifically whenever I was younger, you know, kind of like before I officially stepped into owning it as a healer and it being my business, you know, like when I'd done other jobs, like worked in nurseries and stuff, because I just love crystals and, you know, just knew a lot about them. Whenever a friend was going through a breakup or, you know, yeah, usually something to do with a guy or something, like I would always say, I would either give them something to do with rhodochrosite, like a wee bracelet or something, or I would recommend it. And there's some wild stories that I've got about friends. Like, you know, I remember one friend had a rhodochrosite, I think it was rhodochrosite or it might have been rose quartz, but I think it was rhodochrosite though, and she had a bracelet on, a chip bracelet, and she was out on a night out and she'd just been really, yeah, she was really hung up on this guy. And anyway, she was out on a night out and she basically kissed someone else, and it was a good thing in this case, you know, it was a good thing that she was moving on. And the bracelet broke. It broke. Do you know, I was like, whoa, that's, and it was funny because it was like 2 a.m, I wasn't out, but she messaged me and she was like, oh my God, I think she put in her group that, and it was like, you'll never guess what's just happened. And it was so symbolic because it was like she was finally ready to move on from that heartbreak. So maybe somebody else needed to hear that. But yeah, acceptance for the rhodochrosite. But acceptance has been coming up a lot. Oh my God. Right, guys. Sorry. Like, I'm a bit freaked out with what I just said, but it's because, like I say, God speaks through me. Look at all those cards. And what did I just say? 2 things. I said I can't remember whether it's rhodochrosite or rose quartz, right? Rose quartz. And I'd also just, the last one I just read was about the inner child. I'm doing that for the thumbnail. Wow, that's fucking nuts. And that's the divine masculine message, by the way, because I was shuffling and that leapt out. So yet again, divine feminine, divine masculine, and this wave, which bear in mind for those of you, as far as I'm aware, a lot of people that tune into me most of the time that talk it, you may not be in this wave, right? So don't worry if it doesn't all resonate with you, but it could resonate with you internally, you know. Again, you'll know better than me. Like I always say, how do I know? I just got drawn to my birthday numbers, 1804. But whatever, you know, whoever resonates with these messages, the masculine is heavily mirroring the feminine. Like that in the video that I published last night, it was 3 cards in a row. And now that is, but you see how the inner child leapt out specifically for the masculine. So it's like feminine's accepting herself, masculine's accepting themselves, but also healing a lot of inner child wounds. And probably because feminines, regardless of gender, have already done a lot of that. But again, it never ends. Like I say, there's always be something that's going to come up for me as well, but it's not as much. If you let's just, but that I do feel those were masculine cards regardless of gender, but let's just see, give us another one for the masculine. Meditation, yeah, and things like that help with that, you know, because again, meditation helps overthinking. It's why a lot when anyone else is having a bit of a wobble, you know, my clients that trust me, you know, they'll get in touch and say it, and it's usually, sometimes it can be just, oh, that's so weird, because wait a minute, that's really interesting with the story I just told. It can just be something as simple as me reminding somebody that, you know, especially if I'm not available at that moment, like, or it's a weekend or something, like put one of my journeys on. And the reason why I'd say my journey is not because it's like, oh, only watch my stuff. It's because people get calm and reassurance from my energy. And if I can't be there live, or if it's not fair to me because it's going to take away from my personal free time, or I've got a client or something, connect with me in that way. And then the fact that you even just told me, you know what I mean, it's that's why I would say, but again, anyone that gives you that comfort. But yeah, meditation is what, if you resonate with the masculine energy, that's really going to help you have a healthy body. You know what I mean? It's going to help you where you don't feel good about yourself. And it's going to help you face your shadow. And in the end, you're going to be grateful that you took the time to do that. So I really do feel that's the masculine energies, regardless of gender, that are frustrated, that it's, you want to feel better. You want to be with your twin flame. You want everything to just happen now. But whether you're a woman, man, whatever you identify to hear this from clients all the time, you have to give yourself that time. I had to give myself that time when I was in that place, and it doesn't last forever. And like I say, for some of you, you have to surrender that it does feel like it's taken forever and you need to get healing from either a healer or you need to go to your twin flame how you are, because you can't do it all by yourself. And that is strength, admitting that you need support and you need love from the right people or the right person. So a bit of both for everyone. I need to go and turn off the oven, so I'll be back in a minute. It's why, you know, they were just saying to me, right, just fucking fried that chicken. Like, do you know what I mean? As in it's a bit too well done. Oh, that's fine. I wondered why. I don't always use these that much. It's why, like I've had them for years, but it's like I only use them in sessions usually. What they're saying to me is sometimes, like, you know, like people I've worked with in the past as well can leave like huge amounts of time. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, that's because it's a personal thing, and because I'm a person-centered counsellor, and also with my child's work was all very child-led, I'm always just like, you'll know. But actually what I found is, you know, to go really into the shadow work, it seems like people leave it too long, you know, in between. Like there's definitely, I can identify when people do that. And I can identify when I've done that in the past too. But I haven't been like that the past few years. Definitely the past couple of years, I had it pretty rough with certain things that went on in my life. And I needed a lot of support. Like I needed a lot of people to check that the shifty shit I was sensing coming was right. And it was, thank God it was. So thank God I did, you know, get that support for people that can check in on energy like what I can and do energy clearing. Where's that music coming from? Is that my phone or? No, I think it's a pub. Wait a minute, I just need to go and check. There's a car playing music really loud. I can normally make out the song, but that's how good my hearing is. It's like way over. Yeah, so anyway, that's basically what I'm saying is it's not just like divine masculines, because this is what I mean. It's so like I'm getting really it's frustrating to explain it. You know what I mean? Like somebody that's more explaining because it's like I don't know how some people can say the same fucking spiel every time. I would just get so fucking bored of doing that. But I mean, I know I'm doing a little bit, but I kind of change it. But what I'm saying is, I'm speaking to a collective of some divine masculines, which are mostly men that are watching this on the DL, like not commenting. I know some men comment now and again, but some of you are men and some of you are quite young guys or ages of me or some maybe older, right? And I'm talking to you as if you are in these energies. And then some of you will be women in these energies too. And then there's the women that I mostly work with on a day-to-day basis that are balancing their feminine energy. So yeah, so and they are slightly different, you know, from what I observe, it's slightly different. But I mean, it's for you, you know, anyway, and that's what the connections and the way that I do to help people. But what I'm trying to say is it's like I definitely do recognize that where it's like people could have been open to getting way more help that'll help them with where they're stuck. But it's that kind of I can do it myself, I can do it myself, I can do it myself. Or I understand probably slightly more actually when it's money, you know, like issues of money. But that's why I always mention that and I think that has been helping people that I've been saying that quite a lot because I genuinely I didn't know. Like actually there was something I was looking at today and I was like, oh, that's good because it was giving me the option either pay later, whatever the fuck that is, or paying free. And I was like, I wasn't sure if I'd get that by the way, because my credit's that bad. But it must mean mine is getting better. But so if you're a bit the same, then you know, just know that even if you need time to pay up the 144 session, it, I think for everyone, I don't know, this is what I mean. I actually asked somebody there, can you test it and see? So just but like say as long as I know you a little bit, throat chakra, as long as I know you a little bit and you're not going to do a number on me, we can set something up. But like say I would, you know, try it and see if it lets you do the pain free thing. But yeah, just the people need to know that. And again, obviously it goes for the counselling package as well, because that's a big investment. If you need to pay that in certain bits, some of you will, depending on your credit, you'll be able to get whatever those things are said, or you might even be able to get the PayPal credit card or something. I don't know. But again, like I say, I'm not at all recommending that people do that because there's lots of people that take advantage of people and that way like, oh, just fucking max all your credit cards and spend it all. No. But what I'm saying is only you're going to know whether you need to do that deep shadow work to be like, actually, is it that I can't afford it or is it that I'm scared? Because that is what I'm talking about, the parts of your astrology that self-sabotage it. And actually, it could be the very thing that you're stalling on and procrastinating on, whether it be working with me or work with anyone else that's going to be able to help you with something. Because like I say, when I'm saying about getting a counsellor, you don't need to get a counsellor with me. But if you're people that lap up everything I do and you're needing help in that area, you know what I'm saying? Like, just saying. Because it's like, that frustrates me too. And I've heard people saying, well, counselling doesn't work for me. And I'm like, but see, I don't think I think that's people looking at it all wrong. There's lots of different types of counselling, and some of them I really don't. That kind of fucking hurt. What the hell was sitting on that? Guys, I'm going to pick up one of these. Totally obsessed with you, please be mine. I fucking spoke about that in one of the recent videos. Oh my god. Okay. Well, choose me, not the other guy. This isn't for me, because I think I've made it fucking crystal bastard clear there isn't another guy. Like, seriously, that isn't for me, because in my fucking circumstance there isn't another guy. There might be fucking guys and even fucking women fancy me, but I don't want them. Choose me, not the other guy. So that's something. That's somebody's message, all right? And you see, they fell. My fucking heart fell in my fucking. Anyway, so yeah. God, that totally distracted me. What was I saying? Don't know. Right. Damsel. So oh yeah. So that, yeah, basically, well, yeah, well, think about it. That just grabbed the attention when I was saying it. Yeah, anyway, it's just an observation that it's just sort of, whether it be analyze it doesn't need to be about how often you get support from me. It's how often do you actually allow yourself to receive one-to-one support for where you feel the most vulnerable, where you know that if you had somebody that you trust that is going to call you out, it might be a bit difficult, but it's going to move you forward. Like, how often do you allow that to happen in your life? And if you know, again, I've got people that work with me that do my stuff and work me one-to-one, that can be, oh no, I definitely do, then that's not you. So don't, be triggered by it. But if you are someone that's like, oh yeah, that really helped me that time with Claire, and I can't remember the last time I had that, then this is what I mean. Like, it's kind of like when, again, I'm not naming names, but someone had said to me that after that last session we had, that she was like, you know what, I could actually do with having a Zoom with you once a month. Now, she might decide that once a month isn't, needed, and it might be once every 2 months or something, but like these are the bits that is for you to decide. But what I'm sort of saying is, that helped me. Like, like I always say, and sorry if you've heard this before, but I had my counsellor for 7 years, and towards the last sort of 2 years of that counselling, I only saw her once every 3 weeks. I think it was once every 2 weeks for the last sort of 3 years of it, and then it was because and then it was a pandemic, so then I only saw her on Zoom, and I'd speak to her once a month. Do you know what I mean? But it was a really good transition, and because I had a lot of changing things going on in my life, changing big friendships actually, which was difficult. It was good to have the support of her in my life because I'd had her for that long as well. So, yeah. Anyway, right. So, damsel, light attributes. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. The shadow attributes, which is what I more feel I was using these cards for. Waiting for a knight to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusion. Whoa. So you see how we were meant to do, yeah, because it's kind of like when I've said that about, okay, so when we're talking about twin flames here, the journey of divine feminine, regardless of whether you're a man or woman, but obviously with me being heterosexual, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a woman and my twin flame's a man, so I can't change that, right? It's like I've focused on myself and what makes me happy, and just basically fend for myself, basically not waiting on somebody to come along and save the day. Do you know what I mean? But so that's the realistic Virgo part of it. But that I'm always stressing as well that it's like, yeah, I can fend for myself, and I love my life, and like, it's but it's also what I'm trying to say, but it's also getting it. Maybe I'm not a very good example, but I'm going to use it because I started. It's like But I do need my masculine, but not in that way. Like, it's not like, oh my God, I need him. Like, I need him to fucking come and pay the bills. I need him to do this and do that. It's like, no. In my case, I know for a fucking fact, because all the women around me are in divine masculine energy and they are fucking shit hot. It's just really practical things, but practical things that can save me a lot of money and a lot of stress. Like, for instance, it wasn't me that noticed about the PayPal checkout thing, which saves my ass because I get all the money and the person has the time to pay it up, rather than me not knowing when the money's going to come. Or, like I've said, unfortunately, I have had some people that have just done a runner. Like, as far as I'm aware, like, I'm hoping that people may come back with, you know, some kind of wild story or something that's genuine. But like I say, I have had that happen over the years where somebody hasn't. So it's but like I say, I'm really proud of myself that didn't stop me from giving other people the opportunity, you know, because if I didn't have people that let me pay up stuff, I wouldn't have been able to do some stuff. So, but most people don't approach things in that fair manner. You know what I mean? They just be like, pay it all in full, or you can't do it. Because for a while I did go down that route, and it's just like that. I didn't really though, but you know what I mean. It was kind of like it just doesn't resonate with me. Is what I'm saying. But I've got my boundaries, because if I don't know you, I'm not going to do that for people I don't know. That's fucking stupid, to be honest. You know what I mean? But even at that, I have kind of, some would say I kind of have, like, you know, like, but if I get a good enough feeling of someone, yeah. Anyway, it's different for different people. But what I'm saying is, it's like, if you, I feel this is more speaking if you're newer at the journey and you're a divine feminine, you're still in a desperate energy, and you think your life's only going to be better with your twin flame or with this person, and or if you're codependent on someone. Like, it's kind of like when I said we all can think of someone in a relationship, or you've been that person where you don't know who you are without them, whether it's they're the breadwinner, and you'd be left kind of snookered because they're the one bringing in the money, or because there's loads of people that are tied up with money, like, and that's a sad reason to stay in a relationship. You know, I know it's challenging, but you need to try and do your best to get out of that, because you don't want to be held and tied and bound to someone because of money. Whether you've invested in them, if it's that case, walk away. It's only money. You can make more of it. You know, I've had to do that in certain situations where people have, been unfair to me, and I was in the right and it was mine, but I just walked away, because you think, you know, these people will learn. They might get the money even though it's yours, but they lose you and they've lost. You know what I mean? It's the way. So somebody needed to hear that. But so yeah. So for any of the feminine energies that are out there, whether you're a man or a woman, if you are falling into that damsel energy, then just remember that you've got everything you need within yourself to save yourself. You don't need a man, you don't need a woman, whatever your situation is, to save you. But also, don't be too in your masculine, like, I don't fucking need a man, because that's why I'm making it crystal clear. I'm happy, I fend for myself, I manage to pay my own bills, I make my money in a very unique way, but I need my masculine, and I need my masculine side of me, but I need my masculine, my man walking about out there that I want and need. Do you know what I'm saying? Just make that one clear. And I feel he needs me. So, right. Talking of masculines, regardless of gender, what do they need to know? A shadow thing in particular, but I'll read the light. Father. So there's a lot of masculines out there that are a father, or it is a father coming in from the spirit world. Light attributes: talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Shadow attributes: dictatorial control, can't really say that word, abuse of authority. So yeah, it could be that some masculines out there are a father, or if you're a woman watching this, it could be that you've had dealings with your father, either of the good kind or the not so good kind, or it could just be that, you know, this is leading you to be attention to your masculine energy, you know, like being more assertive. It fit in with assertive stuff, right? So God, this has been like 90 minutes, but anyway, that's fine. Fuck, that was just the fucking subconscious mind, right? So give us something for the conscious mind. Yeah, let's go with those ones, because those ones are always quite enlightening. Conscious mind. What is on the divine feminine's mind of this wave? See how real that is. So when I spoke about the obsession part of it, or these words that people normally get quite triggered at, well, obsession and addiction, but it's just calling a spade, right? Like it is like that, right? You can't get the person off your mind. It's not like only a true twin flame would know what I'm talking about here. Whether you've managed to get a handle on that energy, or whether you're more newer to it and it's really weirding you out, it's strong. So that's why that happened in quite a dramatic way, because it's Venus and Leo. Venus is love, Leo is follow your heart, passion, desire, Kundalini, like the sexual energy. Because that's, again, you wouldn't understand that unless it happened to you either, but that's strong. Right. Consciously, divine feminine, something, angel of balance, and there's me talking about, having to balance that Kundalini fire, or the having to balance your energies in general. I've just pulled the page of action. 48. My throat's a bit sore there too. I mean, it's probably because I've been talking for a while, but throat chakra stuff. The loving presence holds a pitcher of light liquid in front of the pyramids, reminding you that a strong destiny relies on a solid foundation of personal balance, emotional equanimity. Although things may have been out of sync in the past, this card is telling you that a greater equilibrium is now coming into your life. Remain conscious about how you're balancing your goals, your physical and emotional energy as well. Whether you feel yourself getting off center or losing focus, call upon this beautiful angel and bring her intention into your heart center. Your intuition will lead you in the right direction, and the angel will guide you on a peaceful, centered approach. I live a balanced and centered life as I care for myself, and the universe cares for me also, right? And it's not a coincidence when I've been referring to the fact that I had 2 weeks off, and the majority of it I spent in my bed sleeping. I mean, resting, because I needed to, and I feel better for it. And now I can go and do fun stuff, and it might just be the last few days of my holiday, which is technically the weekend we did anyway. But it's fine, you know what I mean? Because I feel good, and I feel ready to get back to my work on Tuesday. Some would say I'm already doing it because I've been doing the videos, you know what I mean? But to me, it's not as taxing doing recorded stuff. And also because, like I say, if I didn't do any of these videos throughout the 2 weeks, I would have actually probably been quite literally very ill, because I wasn't sharing the healing energy. So that's when I've got to be sensible myself that this helps me as much as it helps you. Right. Like, I need routine, because my Aries sun is in the house of Virgo. I need the routine. But also, just like I say, I get ill when I don't help people, because I was gifted this gift from God, and I'm here to heal people. Right. Masculine, something they need to know. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus fucking Christ, man. This is exactly. Sorry, but I mean, it's right, isn't it? All tied up. So some of you still feel all tied up in a situation. I'm not even reading that, because we know what it says. Or will I? Lack of motion. This is kind of interesting though, because the divine feminine got that the last time. But these are generally the cards that come up for the masculine. Lack of motion or sense of personal freedom. This card shows a woman tied up with vines around her wrist, but you can be a man or whatever you identify as to. Wrist, body's alarm. Receiving this card represents a situation in your life where things seem to be severely stuck. A major, and see this, I know why they've made me pull that. It's because of what I said about what I've noticed is there's definitely, over the years, people that I have worked with it, I know how much I help them 1-to-1, which is not the same as other stuff. And it's like the length of time that they leave in between getting that help from me. Now, the thing is, it's different, if people are getting help from someone else, that's different. But it's kind of like there's the particular way that I help people. It's kind of like people and people leave themselves stuck. You know, I mean, it's kind of like when people identify they need help with a certain situation, but they keep trying to do it themselves. You can see how that goes with the twin flame journey too. Like, it really does. The masculine energy will try to do it themselves, and they will only be really hurting themselves, but also hurting the feminine, who could have actually just helped them. So how funny is that, that helps with it? Actually, it goes with the twin flame journey with you and your twin, and neither of you could do it. But it also goes, because actually, like, I'm going to do some real shadow, like, I'm going to do some coaching on me. Do you know where that fits for me? Because you'd have to dig a little deep to be like, where's that for me? For me, that would be when I didn't tell my twin flame how I felt when we were both footloose and panty free. Again, in my defense, I would be like, well, what's the point? Because he's not going to want to be my boyfriend, so there's just no point in telling him. But the point would have been that at least he would have actually known, you know what I mean, like how strongly I felt. And like I say, I did do it in a kind of way, but because I done it, like, I wrote it over, I say an email, but it was like whatever, it was Facebook ages ago, so it was like, you know, it wasn't instant messaging, it was like came through like an email. But and then I probably was quite defensive in that any other time. So anyway, whatever. But I'm not, again, I'm also not blaming myself, guys. I'm not going to fall into that. But what I'm saying is I can take accountability that it's like, I was not being very nice to myself there by, like, and even when I've said to people, like, don't, you know, make sure you don't tell him that I still like him and all that, like, just keeping it too much of a big fucking massive secret. Although, like I say, I just don't see how he could claim that he didn't know. Like, I would want to question. If we'll see what he says whenever that's divinely timed. But you know what I mean? And that's specifically when we were both not with someone. But like I say, it's because from my point of view, I just don't think it would have made any difference. But even if you know even if you think it's not going to make any difference, you should still say it, because you're getting out how you feel. You can't control how the other person, you know, it might, you know what I mean. If you're kind of giving a half truth, you can leave things unsaid, and that can make you ill. So now, like I would say, I would feel the other twin is in that energy, and it's the same. So it could be the same thing, but it happens years later. You know what I'm saying? But I can see how that fits for what I'm saying about, I can recognise people that I help a lot, that it seems to be that they leave just such a massive period of time in between getting help. Or equally, though, it's funny, like, you know, people that maybe I haven't worked with for a while are starting to come back to me again. So sometimes it can be like, you know, there's certain times of the year that people get led back to me, but only you'll know. Only you will know how that's landed. But I think that's why that card's come up in the masculine side, in the conscious. It's like some people are stuck. They know who to go to for help, whether it's me or someone else, and they're still not doing it. A major drama may be going on around you, stopping you from moving forward, or it may be that some technicalities are blocking your way. Perhaps you're waiting for a contract to be signed or an agreement to be made. Whatever is holding things up, the restrictions may be feeling quite oppressive at this time. If this isn't technically the case for you, what's tying you up is your own personal stuff. Look at your life and see how you can be your own jailer. Are you tying yourself up in some emotional angst or in a negative habit that you used to do? I'm not naming names, but I've actually just thought of something that's quite specific. I'd said something to someone when I replied the other day. But you see, that's what I mean about, like, I'd said, oh, I'll give solutions for somebody to do, but then I will just be honest and be like, I could help you with that. Do you know what I mean? So so maybe it's even that you need to be the person that says that to other people. I think I'm not saying it, but I think when I'm telepathically, I think who I'm talking to will know, but it might speak to a few people when I'm saying this. It could even be that I'm saying this, that you recognise people around you that need your help. And it's about being more assertive. And because, again, sometimes it's, I think that I used to do that too. I don't think, I know for a fact I used to do it, that people weren't identifying that I was the one to help them with something because I wasn't saying it. And that's why I say in every video, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I'm good at that, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. And that's why I share reviews, so that there's no fucking secret about what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? Other people, if they don't get it, might be like, she's always fucking saying what she's good at. Well, have you got a business? Are you an entrepreneur? You know what I mean? You have to do that. Or get other people to come and say the work that you done with them was good. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking common sense. So again, it's either that you yourself are stuck and not going to whoever it is that would be able to help you with something, or a few people that would be able to help you with something, whether it's a healer or just getting a friend to listen to you because you're like shit. And that is actually something that links with something that happened today that someone was telling me about. I've actually said I'm really proud of you to a few people today for things that surprised me. Like, wow, I wouldn't have thought you had done that. So that's a bit of a theme. People, yeah, women that are in very masculine energy getting help and something. So, and one of it wasn't even, you know, it wasn't to me, because again, if it's somebody that was really close to me, it would be, again, most people that are really close to me, it works for me to be their counsellor, weirdly. It just does work. But then there might be other people, it would be better for, like, you know, me to, whether it's counselling or healing, it'd be better for them to either go to a friend of mine or, you know, somebody that I recommend or whatever, or just somebody else. But there's a theme there. So it's either you that needs to face that you need to get more help than what you allow yourself to get, if you allow yourself to get any, which I wouldn't imagine would be most people that watch this, but how do I know? Or you need to make it clearer to the people around you how you can help them where you see they're stuck. You need to be able to make that clear where they're stuck. And but I'm going to be honest with you here, that's why I'm sharing about my frustration. I do make it crystal clear how I can help people. My problem is I help people so much that they don't invest in the paid work, which kind of goes against what a lot of people say. It's, oh yeah, just, you know, help people and, you know, the people come. It doesn't always quite work like how people say. So just be careful with how much you give. Again, that is why I'm not making a secret of why I'm having the paid platform come in September, basically next week, because it wasn't serving me. Because people were just like, I've even had circumstances where people have kind of really noticed how the shamanic journeys work, and then just kind of rely on them and then not do the work with me. Whereas I think there's issues with that too, because it's like, if it's done in a kind of way of helping somebody out of a dark place, you know, because it's kind of like, right, you can't be fucking spending money all the time with me, you know, kind of willy-nilly. But if it's in kind of like a more kind of not so, you know what I mean, of integrity way, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, that actually is going to cut corners, because I'll just get all the healing from that and I won't even need to spend a penny on Claire. And I'm just using me as an example, but then that's kind of like, I think there would be karma. This is very close to home, but it's true. I think there would be karma involved in that, because if you're kind of just sneakily doing that and never giving back, you know, it's why, like I say, and I'm saying this from my, it's why I'm like, right, whenever I actually really enjoy someone's work and it's really helped me, I either donate to them, or I actually will invest in a session to you know, to say thank you energy wise for how much all the free stuff's helped me. So just saying, for whoever needs to hear that, there's a lot of money stuff coming through. Because I used to leave myself stuck like that and try to do it myself. And it's like, thank God, the last couple of years, like, I need a reading, I get a reading. I need a healing, I get a healing. I need a massage, I get a massage. Like, again, it's coming up very soon, actually, very soon, to when I need to get that massage again. So I will tell you when I get that, because it will actually be, because I'm going to get it when it's certain moon periods, it will be sometime next week. But because my friend is so busy, it might need to wait a little bit longer. But that's not because of me, that's her. So there you go. I'm sticking to what I said. And I've said for over a year now, if not longer, I want to get a massage once a month. But I'm actually going to do it now. And if I don't get it exactly a month, it's down to the person, you know what I mean? So what do you need to do? And stick to it. We're getting an ass kicking today. Or it may be that sometimes, yeah, I've just read that bit. Look at your life and see how you can be your own jailer. Are you tying yourself up in some emotional angst or a negative habit that you refuse to deal with? If so, it's time to cut the vines and make some serious changes now. You needn't live in your self-imposed jail any longer. It's kind of like what I'm saying, right? Like in shamanism, right? if you are stuck in your head, then you need to get a counsellor. Do you know what I mean? It's like you need to balance out the energies of the east, west, north, south. Do you know what I mean? It's like the north is the mind, and it's you're going over stuff too much in your mind. You need to talk it out. And that's why counselling helps. So only you know if you're someone, and again, masculine energies are very stuck in their head. Like for instance, I would have been stuck in my masculine energy far too much, and been even fucking longer away from a twin flame that already have been and still am, if I hadn't had 7 years of counselling. Do you know what I mean? But thank God I was guided to do that, because it balanced out and it shifted me massively into my feminine, and therefore I'm helping other people do it. Do you know what I mean? But if you never take the leap to do that, not only is it like you're being too masculine in your life, therefore your masculine can't step into the masculine. And this is going for the people now. It's like I feel like I'm talking to people that are apart, but this goes for people that are apart. But this also, and also even if you don't know them, but this is also talking to the women that are married to their twin flames or in relationships with them. If you're still feeling like there's this disconnect, look at where are you trying to do it all yourself, too self-reliant, too stuck in your head, and not allowing yourself to be vulnerable and getting the help that you need, whether that's the things that I've said, like a counsellor, or, and it's not a coincidence that someone had mentioned something similar to like that to me today. You know what I mean? That it was like, and yeah, I just feel a lot of the masculine collective, whether you're a man or a woman, are reaching this point of, I need to do something about this. Like I've not been in touch with my feelings for so long, or I've fended for myself, and now I need support. And this is why I think I'm saying I'm going to be fully booked. So if you're somebody out there that has been wanting to work with me, and you think I'm just always going to be here to, you know, they're telling me like, you know, you don't want to miss the boat. But like, say, I just got money came in yesterday, so I'm not kind of like doing the fucking hammering at home because I particularly need it right now. I'm always going to need it to put to my debt, but I'm just saying it's like I'm going to be busy. Actually, because that's what it is, actually. I'm going to be doing more work with children that I just secured, which is going to take away from my time that I work online. So there's another reason. I'm just not, because I'm going to keep my days off. So anyway, I'm going to trust people need to hear that. The people that need to hear it will hear it. I release stuck energy, old habits and restrictions. My life is opening up and I'm free to choose my reality. Right, okay. Because again, it'll be ways that have kept you stuck. Things that have been mirrored from people around you growing up, parents or whoever, that stops you from getting the help that you need, or just society, like, oh, you only get a counsellor if you're in, you know, if you're really in bother. And it's like, no, you get a counsellor if you realise that fucking everyone needs a counsellor that hasn't had one. I mean, and remember, you know, look in your local area, like there's some places there is free counselling, but you know, the standard might really be poor. I mean, people were lucky when they went to the free counselling place that I was at, because I helped everybody that I worked with. A very good connection with them. Right, so in the heart, oh, divine feminine, children. Look at what I just fucking said. Children. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. I can write this shit, and that's what I literally just said. I'm being guided to focus on my children's work, my children's healing. So I'm not going to be as readily available as I was to have stuff with. So, but like I say, I'm being fully transparent now. I'm not fully, well, I don't know. I'm actually going to need to work that out. I'm definitely not fully booked, but because I've just spoke about doing that work where we're looking after children 2 days a week, one being my niece, and one being another parent. And then I've got my day off. Yeah, basically, I'm only going to be having 2 days a week for clients. So technically a few hours on those days if I want. No, really, I'd say 3 days, because one of the days I'm going to be looking after a child, but it'll be a low energy rest day. And then, so yeah, so it means that I've probably got space for 3 counselling clients. That currently is filled by 1. So yeah, so there you go. That kind of gives you a bit of an indication. Right. Masculine. Exercise is key. There's a lot about the body and health, isn't it? Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for motivating me and guiding me to an exercise program that fits my schedule, interests, and budget. Yeah. Good night's sleep. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me relax and sleep deeply, for I know that you're guiding me, healing, and protecting me while I rest. There's a lot about the need to rest coming in here. Right, so oh, these are fucking strong messages. It's going to be interesting when I watch it back. It's like really strong shit coming through. Right, let's do these for the Ascension message. What do you need to know for the feminine? Reprogram your soul, release, raise, and reclaim. I can't be bored reading the book. I will if I'm guided to. Big changes, 5-5. So again, I really do feel there's a lot of, releasing what doesn't serve you, raising your vibration, getting in a state of what makes you feel good, and reclaiming your power where you need it, basically, on your ascension process, divine masculine. Go within, yeah, healing, separation. Look, you see, this is so for some people that will be healing the physical separation, and therefore you'll know if that's you, or you'll know if that's your twin, because they'll be with you soon. Or they'll be with you already. But it's like, bridging the gap where there was a physical gap. But for some, it will be that some masculines, whether that's you or them, are still in a place of needing to go within and healing that gap within themselves. The inner child healing, so that they can be strong to come towards you, and then it will be welcome home, mission accomplished. So, you know what I mean? It fits with what's been coming through. So be patient with yourself and be patient with your twin. Self-care message. A hug makes everything better, and that really fits in with when I said even the most alpha, oh my god, what was I like doing there? Even the most alpha females, so I'm a feminine that's in a lot of masculine energy, need a hug. So hug a loved one. Oxytocin, the feel-good chemical in our bodies, is sometimes referred to as the cuddle hormone, and with good reason. The level of oxytocin in our bodies becomes elevated when we have physical contact with someone we care about, and this in turn makes us feel happier and reduces stress. So hugging doesn't just show someone you care, that hug is packed with a host of brilliant benefits for you both. Yeah, and I'm being deprived of that hug, but I'm going to trust it's for a good reason. I get hugs from other people, but it's not quite the same, is it? Right, so I was going to say I'm only joking. I'm not fucking joking. I'm being serious. Do you know what I mean? Right. Someone's got to be out here and be vulnerable to show the other women that it's all right to say that. You know what I mean? Right. Women and men, fucking especially men, but some women need to fucking say that as well. Making out you're all fucking, oh, it's fine. I'm fucking loving life and it's amazing. And I don't even need my twin flame because I'm fucking amazing on my own. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty goddamn happy on my own, but the levels of my happiness that will go, the levels of happiness will go off the fucking Richter scale when he's here. You'll not fucking see me. Maybe I'm joking. You will, but yeah, anyway. You will, because I'll have to hide days here. Right, anyway, so for a while. Masculine. You control your money, don't let it control you. Oh, see, this is definitely, money is an issue. This is what I was talking about with someone earlier. Address your finances. It's hard to achieve balance in life if you're harboring financial fears, but it's a sad fact that money worries are a leading cause of anxiety. I've already spoke about it in this several times. Seek advice on how to manage your money, prioritize your outgoings, and start paying off just one debt. This is what I do. It's a small step, but taking small steps can bring a sense of relief and help you to feel in control once more. Coming from somebody that's got a lot of debt. That's true. Life is a song, sing it. Whatever that means, can't be bothered dissecting it. Right, one card for in the physical. Although, was that what that was? What did I pull that card for? Oh, that was the conscious mind. Let's use these. These can be juicy because it's got things like sacred union and reconciliation and anyway, masculine card and all that. What have we got for the feminine about the physical environment, whether it's got anything to do with the twin flame or not? Oh, 2 cards. Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, and sweetness of life. Yep, that's right. So focus on those parts. And healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. Fuck, right, I'm done. Right. This is a very long video, but it's always meant for a reason. Like I say, because these are so long and so detailed, these might be the ones, these specific ones might be the ones that will be part of the paid platform, which it's not going to fucking, you know, break the bank, guys. It's going to be different 4 levels of whatever you feel you want to give back with and whatever you want to enjoy from me. It's just I can feel, because it's like they're so, you know, they're so long, these. It's safe to soften. That's why I'm saying, you can see the, like, I literally just said that, like, it's safe to show that you're still a strong woman or a strong man, but you need that love. You need that hug from your twin flame. Like, nobody else is going to cut it. The masculine and the physical. Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. That came up before when I used this deck. Yeah, expression, activation, scarlet code. Again, it's about healing the ways of the past, your past, and how to speak up for things. The second, I knew that was going to come out. The second bloom, a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities, like realizing that it's never too late. When someone is your true twin flame, they'll totally understand the journey. Oh, and I just opened, oh no, that's another one, the bloom. Well, I just opened the book at creation, realize, right time, harvest, celebrate, and remember the next full moon on the 9th, no, sorry, the 10th of September is the harvest full moon, because I kept getting that wrong and thought the last one was. So I think that's a little bit of a spirit wink that things are happening around. Well, I think things are happening this weekend for a lot of people and on the next full moon. And you might be like, well, Claire, it's never me, but trust me, it is some of yous out there. So, and when it's me, I'll game face it. Like just another boring week, but actually it will have happened. And you'll not know. Right. Temple of the Rose. Oh, this is actually very important. Look, for millennia, feminine power, expression, and wisdom have been suppressed. As a result, the feminine has been silenced, dismissed, and disrespected. Every time we honour our body, express our wisdom, share our voice, connect with our sensuality, we heal the sacred thread of the feminine, which masculines need to do too. Definitely masculine women, but masculine men need to do it too. You need to be in touch with your feelings, because a lot of you are disconnected. Every time we call back our power, we heal the sacred thread of the feminine. Every time we come together in a circle, we heal the sacred thread of the feminine, which is why I say my groups are powerful when I hold them. Every time, any groups are powerful. Every time we honour our cyclic nature of the cycles of nature, we heal the sacred of the feminine, and we get it. Regardless of which gender you identify with, if any, this card, if any, it's taking a bit too far. Anyway, right, never mind, don't get me started on that. It's taking a bit too far. Right, Rebecca, it's taking a bit too far. Regardless of which gender you identify with, this is a card of calling back your power. It's a card of expressing your truth, no matter what it is. It's a card of sharing your soul's voice and singing the song that you came here to sing. Oh my God, and that card just said sing your song. Got some singers out there. This is a card of activation. It's a call to action. Of course we have, because like attracts like, and I'm always singing. It's good remembrance. You're a child of the ancient goddess, and you express yourself. You express for all who could not. As you reclaim your power, you do so for all those who cannot. Each shackle you break through, you free those who are yet to come. Share your voice, sing your song, wow, dance your dance, reclaim your power. This is what you came here for. And I literally just had a synchronicity, someone saying they were singing before I came on here as well. So sing your song, there's something in that. Or perhaps I feel it's people getting loads of synchronicities through songs from your twin as well. What if everything's all right? How does that feel? I've still kept it in there, Jennifer, because it just always makes me feel good as well. I showed Jennifer that in a counselling session, but well, I pulled her it and then I put it in there, and I've just kept it there because it just Both makes me feel good too. Right, guys, so I'm going to rest my voice. I'm going to eat my fajitas and I'm going to enjoy my fucking fun weekend. So have a have a lovely new moon in Virgo, whatever you're up to, and well, I shall see you for the moon in Libra video. Yeah, I might just keep it up like this, I might just keep it up doing these like this. I mean, we'll just see, because I do like say I do, because then it's like I don't need to do it every day. It's sort of like every other day, and I quite like doing it. So I'll do that as long as I feel called. And then obviously we'll always have our live stream on a Thursday, Therapy Thursday, and any other extra ones I'm called to do. But yeah, please do consider joining the coffee or Ko-fi, whatever it is, paid platform at whatever level, whether it's the first one or the higher one, if you feel like you want to come to the group circles. Because it's quite, see, I just naturally didn't, so that's the way to be. You don't try to be clever about it. It just naturally, because this is stuff I help people with, and it's stuff I'm good at, it naturally comes into the conversation. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be clever. It's just that it's true. That I just spoke about the healing power of groups. And when I bring people together in a group, whether it's on the free YouTubes or whether it's going to be the more advanced stuff in a group circle of women or men, because I do feel I'm going to be doing men's circles and stuff as well, or maybe a mixture of both. That'd be nice. Get some couples counselling on the go. It's powerful. When you've got a group intention and you're coming together, it's really powerful. But anyway, I will see you in the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and book a fucking session if you're one of the people that's like, yeah, actually it has been a while and I do need somebody to listen and be there for me that's going to be able to help me. Because it is about me, because it's my time that I'm devoting to help you with something. But like I say, it's God speaking through me, helping you. It's the divine, it's your guides, it's your angels, whatever you want to see it as. It's unconditional love healing coming at you for an hour. Let's face it, sometimes longer. So see you later. Or you can have that in a recorded video and you can book that by email it. You can just inquire about anything through soulfamwolfpack@gmail.com and my assistant will keep you right. See you later. Bye.